Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. I didn't necessarily think that I'd be coming live today, but here I am. So, I had part two of a catch up with my girl today, and I told her that it's a new year in my world today. And she said that it feels like a new year for her as well. And it does feel like a new year. And so she was like, "Are you going to pull some cards for the new year?" And I was like, because at first I thought she meant like 2020, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I could." Well, let's put it on there. Let's put it on there because December has an equinox, so that's the bottom of the deck. As the SKT already is, I'm going to go in and find the correspondences. Now, luckily, we ain't got no jokers or jacks, so it'll be a 1-to-1 for everything. And I guess these will be the last 3 to 4-ish months, and we'll see what's coming out. Honestly, when I pulled the cards when she was out, or when we were on the phone, it just felt like this is the in-between time, or this is one of the potentials that we have, and not necessarily like a month-for-month play. So we'll say it's loosely coded to the month. More about the remainder of the year. And the message was so powerful that I just had to share it with you guys. I'm just playing, but it was like really big. But it also comes with a bit of a warning, question mark. Not necessarily a warning, but a like, if you ain't about it, you ain't about it type of thing. More or less. Oh, look. 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups have to cut. Oh, wait, I said I'm not going to shuffle. I'm not going to shuffle. I forgot. It's as it is because these are already out. I forgot. Oh, that was close. It was close. So the first card that came out is the 6 of Clubs, which is, this is the one we've seen a few times. A shift in the wind, a leaf caught in an eddy, and the birth of a new language. The second card is the 3 of Diamonds. A school of glimmering fish spotlight a sunken treasure, and the rising of a new continent. Now, when this one came out, I was like, oh snap, this was one of my favorite cards because of what it visually conjured to my mind. But we have the birth of a new language and the rising of a new continent with these two cards. A 6 and a 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. And then there's a 9 at the bottom of the deck. And we got this extra 4 just chilling here because I guess it's 2020 and it's a 4 year. So, hey. So, and then the last one was the 4 of Hearts, which is adept of materialization, a murky mind or will, and clouded vision. So these 3 that came out again, a shift in the wind, a leaf caught in an eddy, the birth of a new language, a school of glimmering fish spotlight a sunken treasure, the rising of a new continent, adept of materialization, a murky mind or will, and clouded vision. I think that's sort of the caveat. And then at the bottom of the deck was a swaying tower that is moments from toppling, clouded vision and burning lands, and a powder keg. Now, clouded vision came out twice, so I was like, oh goodness. But it is the warning of that leaf caught in the eddy. Like the winds of change are blowing, but if we're not careful, we can get caught just swirling around with all of the leaves and the trash between buildings. And I think that's when we more so get lost in it than anything. So I'm just going to pull around the 6 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. We got every element. I didn't even notice that the first time. 6 fire, 3 earth, 4 water, 9 air. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, you guys. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What? Oh, wow. What? I'm sorry. Somebody said, why are you like this? I said, I don't know. I just am. I was supposed to be productive today in the new year, It was productive, just in ways that I didn't think. Lots of good conversation. Catching up with some folks. Oh, Nine of Wands and the Archangel Commander. Of course, the Knight of Wands and the Archangel Commander. The Eight of Wands, sorry. Sharpshooter and the Archangel Commander would be at the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. Here's the Four of Cups. Ooh, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I told y'all it could be real good. Oh, come on. The Lovers and the Eight of Swords. Leave them lovers behind. And the Three. Now I'm looking for the Three of Pentacles. Oh, it's right there. Okay, work. And the Ten of Cups is right behind that. Page of Wands, the Tail resumes. Now I am actually going to shuffle just to get the message of this Page of Wands, please. Stronghold of the Flame, what is your message? The Corruptor. Oh, goodness. Bottom of the deck is now the Journeyman. And the Journeyman is interesting because the Eight of Pentacles was one of the first cards that came out on the Legacy channel. Am I going to I Ching all of these? Yeah, bet your gosh darn booty I will. So we're going to start with the I Ching first. You know what? Maybe we're only going to read the I Ching. We're only going to read the I Ching. And I'm actually going to I Ching these two because this was the message that she brought out. Oh, yeah. I wanted to actually go through the Court of Fire. I forgot. I wanted to go through the next court system because today was the new year. And I want it to be fire because it's about doing something new. And with the Archangel of Arts and Grace, I feel like there was something there, but I still got to roll the dice. It could be the Archangel Commander. And the Archangel Commander is the king that actually came out. So, hey. But I guess we'll save that for another day and another time, maybe. We'll see how I feel. I do, honestly, really need to get to work. So I was already feeling that I needed to cut these down a little bit, but it's time to start doing that for sure. So we're just gonna get into the I Ching of all of these to see what the rest of the year has to bring us. And to see what the rest of the year has to bring us on a certain line of potential, because it's really big energy, like a new language, a new continent, clouded vision, and huge towers. So it ain't necessarily easy. And it was somebody, I was watching somebody, and they were talking about how if you walk through, maybe it was Russell, it had to be Russell. If you walk through fire, then your feet will callous, and so it won't burn or something. If you walk on something rough, then your feet will callous, and it'll make it easier to walk. Right? It may be a path that isn't that beaten, and so it's a little bit rough because not that many folks are going down it. Potentially, I don't know. So the Eight of Swords, this is Double Lake. So I'll read this again first, and then I'll read Double Lake. I think we've had Double Lake recently, honestly. Oh, Double Lake is Mirth. I got that in a personal lately. Huh, that's interesting. And here goes the fire. My buddy's like, let's turn up the temperature, shall we? I'm like, buddy, no. I'm supposed to be in my Queen of Cups energy. Stop burning people. People burn themselves. Okay. This is interesting. So again, we're starting with a shift in the wind, a leaf caught in an eddy, and the birth of a new language. The numbers here are 54, 12, 3, 7, 5, and 1. That came out too. That and the Eight of Pentacles came out on the Legacy channel. The I Ching here is inner light shines outward, a small sacrifice in the moment to ensure greater gains later, an auspicious omen. Proceeding on your endeavor will yield a fortuitous outcome. However, the oracle offers a gentle warning. Joy must be controlled and sincere, and every space of that joy occupied equally with humility. Do not let merriment degenerate to debauchery. To maintain joy, maintain lively intellectual discourse with your equals. Learning on your own is not enough. Amplify that education by studying further with others. To seek joy is to seek discourse that will advance your body of knowledge. So again, with the shifting of those winds, things are about to change, things are about to turn, but don't get caught in an eddy. Don't start to circle the drain. Don't let the merriment devolve into debauchery. And I've actually been finding some people that I can communicate with lately, which is interesting. I mean, some of the people already in my life, like I had two amazing, well, technically three conversations, but two conversations with the same individual. Some amazing conversations we had today. So the next one is the Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups. So at first, the Page of Wands was bringing the Corruptor, and I was like, oh, boo, that's garbage. But we already had three cups. So the Page of Wands is actually bringing the rest of the seven cups, the other seven cups, to give us 10. Oh, snap. See, that's why Spirit know what they doing. And I might talk a lot, but I listen. Hopefully. The Seven and the Three of Cups, this is double water. We go from double lake to double water, which is interesting. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. This is number 29, The Abyss. Ooh. New post from Legalized Necromancy. Okay. Oh, I ain't talked to her in a minute. I should reach out and see if she's at. Okay, so the 9 of the 3 of diamonds, sorry. The message here is a school of glimmering fish spotlight a sunken treasure, the rising of a new continent. The numbers here are 81, 19, 10, 5, 3, and 2. Exercise caution. There is potential for danger here. Be wary of pitfalls, entrapment, and perils. Nevertheless, fear not, because there is a clear path to safety. Where there is trust and sincerity, and a heart serves an important mission, there can be prosperity in spite of the pitfalls. Your endeavor is a worthy cause to proceed with, and so, in spite of peril, you must continue and proceed with your endeavor. A journey can bring great rewards. Remain steadfast to the ways of virtue and benevolence in all undertakings. And that's given me that Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Hierophant energy that again was part of that first shuffle on the Legacy channel. I love how these like blend here. Maybe I'll actually read these later. Maybe not. This will just be quick. Y'all can fill in the blanks. Oh, look! 10 cups here. And then the 10 of Pentacles plus the Ace of Pentacles here. What's interesting is that every suit, besides this one, because like the Lovers is Gemini, the Eight of Swords is also Gemini energy, but both air in that regard. Water for water, earth for earth, and then fire for air. We have air, earth, water, earth, and fire if we're not looking at court cards or majors, which is interesting because we had every element at the top as well. Every element is represented as well as the King of Swords and the Lovers. But we got the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. And I was thinking about it earlier because I was watching Russell posted a video, and The Heart of the Sky came out, and it's about the galactic center, and it's about the black hole. And if we look at the Tree of Life in the Angelarium and outside of the Angelarium, that void space is given a name. And in the book, it was said that it's important to, even though there's nothing in that space, it's important to give a name to that space because of what it does for everything else. And so it's almost like gravity and that black hole holds all of the molecules together in order to make life actually work. Like if it weren't for gravity and the black hole and those attractive and repulsive forces, atoms and molecules wouldn't stay together long enough to actually form anything. It would be boundless chaotic energy. And so again, like those black holes are vital to and an important part of life. Interesting, or at least I thought it was. You may not. So we go from the 8 and the 10 of orbs. This is Mountain Over the Earth. I think we've gotten Mountain Over the Earth recently too. Yeah. Mountain Over the Earth is number 23, Partition. And it's interesting because in a pick a card lately, I saw the number 23. Drive around the partition, please. Because we want some privacy. And mind your business. Partition, split, and division. Oh, wait, I got to read this again. So the message of the Four of Hearts is adept of materialization, a murky mind or will, and clouded vision. Clouded vision and the partition. Partition, split, and division. That's interesting. The force at large is that of disintegration, of splitting. Dark undermines the light, yin undermines the yang. However, it is not a direct means of overthrow. The inferior outnumber the superior. When you are outnumbered, respond with stillness and devotion to the mountain. Wisdom versus cowardice is often an issue of timing. Being the mountain for now is wisdom, not cowardice. It is not the right time to act. There are no advantages to proceeding in your endeavor. Rule a broad foundation. Be generous and benevolent. Now that's interesting. I mean, this was already interesting coming off of these two, because it seems like these two are on a very sort of specific path that one could call a higher path, because we have a new language in one and a new continent to come with that language at the same time. And then we got this, which is the energy of the leaf caught in the eddy. Right, because over here it's like, don't get caught in the eddy. Everything is shifting and changing, but don't get caught in it. Use it to your advantage, but don't circle the drain. Instead of doing this and circling the drain, we could do this, like a hawk or a falcon riding those updrafts. So all you got to do is spread your wings out, and then the wind will just like push you up. But if you're too close to the ground, then you just sort of spin in circles. So, hey. I mean, if you got wings, you could, because again, like the eddy, typically, there's a reason why the wind is blowing in circles, and it's typically a building, right? So if you're in the eddy and you spread your wings, then it'll lift you higher and higher and higher until you clear the buildings, and then you can fly right out. And then you don't have to work so hard or as hard to gain that height. Maybe that's how I'm seeing it, at least. But if you get stuck in between the buildings and you circle the drain, then like this is where you kind of sort of drop off. So if you're in this energy, you may want to spread your wings or learn your lesson in this eddy before you try to move forward, because you just might smack into a building. And you know how many birds, what is those Windex commercials from back in the day. But anyway, last but not least is the King of Swords and the Eight of Wands. That's the power of truth to just love. Whoo! I don't know what that means, but y'all know. This is Thunder Over Heaven. Thunder Over Heaven is number 34, Great Power, which also entails great responsibility. Oh yeah, see, that's why you got to be responsible with this power, and that's why everybody don't just get it. If you're an adept at materialization with your murky mind and will and clouded vision, I don't know. We'll read it and see. Again, this was the bottom of the deck. A swaying tower that is moments from toppling, clouded vision and burning lands, a powder keg. This is vigor, great power, be alert and vigilant. A union of power and strength. The force to exert is the force of amplifying. Your flock is still in danger, so be alert and vigilant. Summon great power by aligning yourself with the divine. Take the path that appeals to the divine so that divinity will support you with power and strength. The sage will tread on paths that are aligned with universal laws in the cosmic order. This is universal law and cosmic order, not the law of the land down here where things are, do this to that person and you get off scot-free or with a slap on the wrist. Do this to the other person and just look at the other person wrong and, get hanged and dragged around. Emmett Till, anybody? And then on her deathbed, she wants to be like, oh yeah, I made it up. I lied. Ha. Tell that to his mother and the family that he never had. Wow, we'll take it. That's the final message. And I'm still going to cast my own personal new year. Maybe I will just do the rest of 2020, though. I don't know if I'll do a full year, but we'll see. This is what I got for the collective folks who come across this. So again, it's that energy of it's good if you've been good. If you ain't been, then ain't. Okay, there we go. Nice. 4 of Wands. I'm excited to see what this is now. I thought another card flipped over, but I guess not. I am still going to shuffle this, though, because that wasn't much of a shuffle. Ooh, the High Priestess and the 2 of Pentacles. The Nocturne. 2 of Pentacles is about transitioning from one world into the next. High Priestess and the Holy See. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Conservator, a protector, 4 of Orbs. And then here's the 4 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So the King of Swords was with the 8 of Wands. The Queen of Swords is with the 4 of Wands. That's interesting. Coming in swift, hot and quick. Coming in, hot and quick and swift. Ooh. Oh, wow. So we have the Hermit with the Page of Swords. We've seen every court sword except for the Knight. And then Justice, which is another sword with the 2 of Cups. Again, like I said on the Legacy channel today, for some of these unions, it's like the frequency, the Earth itself wasn't in a position to really hold that kind of a frequency. But now that it's getting itself ready, it's like that frequency can be maximized for what it's actually supposed to be for. And it's interesting that that comes out for personal reasons. So what is the message of this Page of Swords? What's her message? What is our message? There we go. Ooh, more swords. The 2 of Swords. I actually like this though, because I feel like, oh, well, like that too. Well, look, so we got the Water Eye, which is actually an Earthen Eye because of where the ribbon is. And then we got the Eye of Fire in this 2 of Swords. So there we go. So we see 2 eyes of God, eyes of providence. But I also like this 2 of Swords because we have the Page of Swords and Justice, and then we got the 2 of Swords. So one of those swords is a sword of higher thought. And I've seen the redesign for I've seen the update for the 2 of Swords, and it is gorgeous. So far, it's one of my favorites. I can't wait to get that deck. Cannot wait. And she's like really flying through the cards. She's already done the 2s and the 3s. So all she would have to do is 4 through 10 and then the court system, and it would be done. I'm like, girl, yes, yes, coming out to a holiday season near you. So we got the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about balancing the lower humanistic mind with the higher, more divine mind. And again, it's like it's blind to the world around it because it has that inner vision, almost like the High Priestess energy that we did see. She's not at the bottom of the deck. The tower is at the bottom of the deck. That's that swaying tower that is moments from toppling. And the King of Swords. King of Swords, King of Spades, right there again. Again. Inspiring others by bold example, proper magnetism, and clear intention, clearing of the fog. We just had clouded vision with burning lands, a murky mind, and a murky wheel. And now here we have, and the adept at materialization here is proper magnetism and clear intention. This energy does what this energy right here was still learning. This is mastering that and then inspiring others with your example. 62, 19, 5, 8, 2, and 1. And I believe 19 actually came out on one of those cards too. So that's real interesting. That's real interesting. I like that. So that's what I got for this new year in my world. And maybe yours. That is kind of a lot of cards for a final message. But we'll take it because I'm ready to go. No, we won't. We ain't going to cut no corners. It was interesting that the King of Swords came out with the 8 of Wands and the Queen of Swords came out with the 4 of Wands. There we go. Corruption. With the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Corruption speaks of making the right choices. Just like that Angel of Balance and the Energy Oracle cards, it's about making self-honoring choices, and it's about proceeding in a way that is aligned with where we want to go in the end. And it'll be a lot easier if you've already been intent about doing your work. If anybody try to be about that work now, I mean, I always encourage people to, but just like that one card said, be the mountain right now, it would actually be wise to be the mountain. You may not want to move right now because I don't know how that would work. I mean, everything is so tempestuous. I don't have to do it, so I can't speak to it personally. But all the best. That's what I got. So I hope you have a good whatever whenever you see this, and I hope you're acting in alignment to make it even better.